Hey, welcome back to Chasing Growth. We continue talking about leadership, and today I want to talk about something that I don't hear many leaders talking about it, but I believe we all struggle with this. It's a difficult thing. It's something problematic, especially for a Christian leader. We know that all glory is to God, right? We know that, but at the same time, many times when leaders start receiving praises, high fives, good job, when they're recognized, sometimes without even knowing, we start being moved by those praises, by those high fives and those good job message and all that stuff. People tell us, your leadership is impacting my life. Your leadership is helping this place so much. We like to be popular, and we think, especially in Christianity and in churches and ministry, to be likable is a good thing because more people will come, more people will follow us. But the problem with that is that we start believing that praise, that likability, the outcome of our decisions belong to us. And when we start believing that and we be moved by um, praises, we also will be moved by criticism as well. So when the praise comes, we will start thinking that we're good. But when criticism comes, we will get frustrated. We'll think people don't like us, that everything needs to end, that everything is bad, everything going down. So how can we avoid that? The first thing that we need to remember is that as leaders we have to make decisions. And it's expected for us to make decisions. But the part that is expected from us is to gather as much information as possible, to prepare ourselves the best we know how, to become better, to receive wisdom, to be praying and seeking God before we make a decision, and then we make a decision. But the outcome of that decision belongs to God, not to us. Either the praise or the criticism. If we don't do this, every time we're being praised and we receive it, we will have to do the same when we receive criticism. And that can be a problem for many of us. So we have to remember, as leaders, we make decisions, and the part that we belong to us is to make good decisions, getting ready, preparing, strategizing, studying, praying, seeking God, doing all the things that we should do and make a decision. But the outcome, the praise and the criticism, is in God's hands, don't belong to us. So what do we do practically to avoid this? To don't fall for either of those. When people come to us and start saying, you're doing a good job and you're being recognized in public and all that stuff, you need to come out with a way to remember, to remind your heart that that doesn't belong to you, to remind your heart that that belongs to God. I personally, every time somebody comes to me and say, you're doing a good job, your leadership is impacting my life, my response is always the same. I say, thank you very much. And those words for me are remind me to know that that don't belong to me. So that never go to my heart or to my head. And I start believing that I'm actually good. So somebody comes, hey, you're doing such a good job, your life is impacting my life, blah, 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 all these things. I just say, thank you very much. And again, that's a cue for me to remember that all glory and all praise belong to God. I respond the same way when somebody criticize me. Thank you very much. I don't respond. I don't try to defend myself because the outcome, as the praises don't belong to me, the criticism don't belong to me. So I let God deal with that. As Christian leaders, we have to be very aware of this because that it can be a very dangerous place to be, believing that the praises and the high fives, the good job belong to us, because we'll have a hard time when the attack, the criticism come. We won't know how to deal with that. So again, as leaders, we all struggle with this. And you thinking you're not struggling with that, maybe you're not leading, because we all tend to deal with that. So again, if you're being moved by criticism, by praise and criticism when you make decisions, you're doing something really wrong. Prepare yourself, do the best you know how, make the best decision that you know how, pray, seek God, gather information, make a decision. But remember, the outcome don't belong to you, belong to God. I tell my children all the time, do your best and leave God the rest. I tell you today, as leader, do your best, the best you know how. Prepare, pray, seek God, read, get better, all the things. Make a decision and leave the result to God. Thank you today for sharing with me. If you like this video, like it, and keep following and subscribe. And I appreciate that you're watching. Thank you.